You're in a slump, and your life's on autopilot. Not to worry, me too. Life's been very overwhelming, and it's taking its toll. But as someone who's spent significant effort in the past fighting against this feeling, I've found simple ways to make it easier to get out of it. So I'll help you to find a little bit of direction, but also to understand why we're feeling this way, and why it's so important to know which direction you want to go in that little bit more. There's been a lot going on in my life recently. I'm navigating a slightly strange breakup situation, my job has continued to become more and more stressful, and I've just moved out of London. And these things have all taken their toll on me for several months. Now, these are three things that altogether have made my life quite overwhelming, and in times like these, I go into survival mode. You can probably tell by my facial hair. That survival mode puts me basically in autopilot. My brain focuses solely on getting through the days to the point where the overwhelming parts of life come to an end. It's a coping mechanism, but unfortunately it's not conducive to actually enjoying life, and it can lead to a number of side effects. Living like this can make you lose track of what's important to you, and what makes you feel good. As humans, we're inherently irrational, and frequently when we get stressed, the first things we get rid of when life gets overwhelming are the things that make us feel actually good. Or alternatively, we ramp up the things that may appear helpful but aren't. I've seen an increase in my alcohol consumption, I'm eating worse than normal, and I'm spending more time doom scrolling than I have in a long while. The second side effect is that while you feel like you're powering through and surviving, you're not really noticing the wider impacts you're having on yourself, your mental health and your physical health, your social relationships and all of those things. The more surviving you do, the more you're actually spiraling into these negative habits, and it's because, frankly, you don't even realise you're doing it. I've definitely clocked on to the fact I'm living on autopilot, and as you're watching this, you probably have too. The silver lining is that that's the most important first step, and furthermore, I've got out of this exact feeling before. The way to do it is to recognise my own values and principles, and where I want to be going in the future. For me, some of my guiding principles are everyone's human, we've all got that in common, so treat others how you'd like to be treated wherever possible. You shouldn't tell other people what to do, but if they come looking, then help wherever you can. And if you don't know why you're doing something, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. And the direction I want to head in is earning my freedom in work by building something that's mine, maintaining happy relationships with friends and a partner, and building my physical health to a point where I'm content with it, including good strength, cardio, and flexibility. Just doing this exercise has reminded me of my direction and where I want to go, as well as my principles and my values. To be honest, it's woken me up to the fact that my autopilot lifestyle at the moment is not living to either of these. Truly, this is why it's so important for you to understand these for yourself, because without them, it's really difficult to understand what the first steps you need to take are for dragging yourself back to the present and out of this autopilot lifestyle. I have found it can be easier said than done though. Even when you know you're on autopilot, you still have these incredibly difficult things going on in your life, and to be honest, it will take effort to make these improvements. However, leaning on my own previous experience of understanding these values and my own direction, the thing to do is keep it incredibly simple. Firstly, I have a defined set of foundations that build up a fulfilled life. Honestly, I believe these apply to pretty much everyone. In short, they are mental and physical health, social relationships, outside of work routines, so your morning and evening for most people, your work, and your own personality. People who sign up to my newsletter will get more information about these foundations and much, much more every 2 weeks. So sign up for free using the link in the description, or if you fancy watching a video, check out the one in the top right of the screen now. Using those foundations, pinpoint where you are right now. How happy are you with your health, relationships, routines, etc.? Then, based on your current position, Where would you like to take each of your foundations and why? Would you like to feel fitter? Would you like more fulfillment from your work? And what's the reason behind it all for you? This gives you your what and your why. For your how, you just need to question how you'd like to approach these things. The easiest way I've found is to break it down into your base principles. What are your genuine, fundamental opinions about how to live? And use that to guide your actions. The only rule I've got is to keep it positive. Because if you're constantly bringing in negativity, all it's going to make you do is spiral even further. And that's it, really. The next thing you need to do is act on them. But there'll be plenty more videos to come on how to do that easily, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. This video has actually really made me think about this exercise, so I'm off to go and act on it.
Another one.
But if you want to stick around and watch the next video on how to simply improve your life and start acting on your principles and your direction, then watch this video. But if you'd rather jump down the rabbit hole a bit, find out how a Rubik's Cube completely changed my mindset. So, which is it going to be?